All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of The Pursuit. Now, what we're doing is the protein component of this recipe that we've been building. Right? We have 3 lovely chicken breasts. You only need 2, but it came in a pack of 3, so I'm gonna cook them all. Right? So now, my seasoning blend I have. I'm gonna tell you because I want you to get it right, but you can season it with whatever you want. Right? But I like the kicking chicken. You can probably get it from, I'm not going, because they're not paying me, so I'm going to cover the name up. But I like this one. And if you can tell what it is, then go ahead and get it. And if they can tell what it is, then go ahead and come here and check it. But I like the honey garlic rub, and I did not use that one. It was just out here. But I will rock with Trader Joe's. I'm going to tell you off top. This is, because you can't get this anywhere else. This is Trader Joe's South African smoke. Right? So I use all 3 of these in roughly equal proportions, right? Make sure it's nice and mixed up, and then just sprinkle. But make sure it's, coated each side. Now I have it on plastic. You probably ask, like, why is this cutting board not clean? Yes, the cutting board is clean. But as you can see, also I have this handy dandy mallet, and I'm going to thin them out because you want to make sure they cook evenly. So some of these are a little bit thicker on one end. So we want to make sure we pound them out to make sure that they are all the same size. Because that way it cooks more evenly. We want to make sure that every bite is nice and juicy, right? And nothing dries out. So we want to cook it all at the same time. These beautiful little tenderloins, I might just say cook those for breakfast tomorrow. I don't know. Let's see. Yes, I've been eating a lot of chicken, but black people love that yard bird. You know what I'm saying? So now, got a nice little clean piece of saran wrap we're going to put over here. And we're not going to go crazy on it because we don't want it floating out the sides. We're just going to make sure we just pound it down to make it nice and relatively even. I'm gonna let those rest for 1 second, and then we'll be back after I preheat this skillet because I want it to get as close to room temperature as possible. It was pretty close, but I want to make sure it don't draw up real tight as soon as it hit the hot pan. All right, as you can see, got the cheese sauce that we had already made. Oil is ready for our tater tots, but now I got the pan preheated, and that's the sound you're looking for. That is the sound you're looking for. Probably going to be roughly about 4 minutes on each side. And you don't want to use a fork to pierce them when you flip them. You want to have some tongs. And these are not plastic, this is silicone. So you should be good. So right now it is 1:32. So I'm going to flip these at about 1:34 or so. And let them cook all the way through. Then I'm going to temp them with my thermometer. But when I flip these, my oil should be hot enough for my tater tots because I want everything to be hot when it comes out. That's one of the keys that, you want to make sure you're timing everything correctly because you want it all to come out at the temperature it's supposed to be. You don't want hot food coming out cold. That's one of the worst things you can do. You can go to a restaurant, if you're trying to impress your lady, you definitely don't want that here. You know what I'm saying? And I'll come back when we are ready to assemble, and you will see exactly or come back with at the next phase when I'm ready to flip these and put the tater tots on. All right, as you can see, I've already flipped the chicken. You see it's looking beautiful, nice and golden. We're gonna check this oil. We drop 1 tater tot in, and it's going. Conventional oven is what they say, but I don't care nothing about the oven thing. You know what I'm saying? I like the stuff fried. Tater tots supposed to be fried, not no oven potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Serving size is only about 10. You only need a couple handfuls. All right, that'll be about 3 minutes. And then I'll come back when I'm ready to slice the chicken and put everything together. You're going to see it's going to look beautiful. All right, so now we are here ready to assemble our tater tachos. All we're going to do is take a nice little handful of tater tachos, or the tater tots rather. Serving size is 10. So we're gonna be mindful of that. That might be a couple more than 10. What's that? 11. Yeah, that's good. Because this is about a pound of food you're gonna be eating. So you don't wanna be too overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take a little bit of cheese sauce, chicken breast, and you're gonna cut it on the bias. Ooh, look at that. Look how juicy that is. Look at that! So I'm gonna just take that and put that on top of that like that. Take a little bit of the cilantro sour cream, and then you take some pico de gallo, garnish it with some fresh jalapenos. So that's what we have here. So we're gonna go ahead and just fix this one up right quick. All right, so now you see we got the meals ready. These are tater tachos, brought to you by yours truly, as we serve them to the two lovely ladies in my life. You know what I'm saying? My beautiful wife, Michelle, and my beautiful daughter, Sierra. Dinner for two, served tater tachos, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up. All right. So now, when you want to impress your lady with something quick, you know what I'm saying? And you got it thinking that you like top shelf, master chef. I'm telling you, man, watch the video and work out the recipe. I'm telling you, man, we got you together.